Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sivakant Pathak available today with you to see one important topic, that is angular velocity and its relation with linear velocity. This is part of rotatory motion. We will use the physical quantity angular velocity and its relation with linear velocity and angular acceleration and linear acceleration and so on. So let's see what is. See, we are understanding the particle of system of n particles in which let it is a rigid body. This rigid body is rotating about this axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation. Body is moving here in this clockwise direction, rotating around the axis, passes through this point O here, right? Let a particle is here, clear? With the rigid body it is also rotate, and this body which rotates, let it is some distance, small r distance from here, and it's rotate here around it in circular path with uniform velocity, uniform speed v. Here let this is a point O and this is point C where particle is. Let its position is here at P1. After delta t time it reaches at this point. Let this is a position P2. See, each particle, we have already discussed that if we have a system of n particles, system of n particle is applicable here in the chapter in the rigid body, right? Here in the rigid body each particle is rotating in a circular path. Its a circular movement is here given, right? So let here at point P1 its velocity vector is in this side. So at point P2 this is the velocity vector here at this point. So these are the velocity vector here revolving in it. See, velocity v and v is here, right? Let in that condition in delta t time it travel delta theta angular displacement. Here let write particle moves from P1 to P2 in delta t time and travel delta theta angular displacement. See very carefully here in this case. So we are going to calculate first of all angular velocity of a system. See, what is angular velocity here in a system? Angular velocity is denoted by omega and defined by what? It is rate of change of angular displacement with respect to So angular velocity, this angular velocity is denoted by, it is angular displacement by time interval. It is delta theta, angular displacement in delta time. So we may write omega is equal to delta theta by delta t. Write it as equation number 1. See, this is the normal. See, angular displacement derivation is definition is same like as a linear velocity. Linear velocity is a displacement by time. It is angular displacement by time. Here in the diagram, delta particle P1 moves from P1 to P2 in delta t time and travel a delta theta distance. So angular velocity is this. Now, if we take a limit, in case when delta t is very small, so omega can be written as limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t, and this is equal to d theta by dt. This is omega, and it is represented by equation number 2 here. Now listen very carefully. Angular velocity omega is vector quantity, right? Same like as a velocity. Velocity in linear motion is vector quantity. Omega in rotatory motion is also vector quantity. Its unit is per second, and the dimensional formula is t minus 1, right? So unit is clear to you. Unit is per second and dimensional formula is t minus 1. So since omega is a vector quantity, omega can be obtained by this formula theta by t, but its direction can be obtained by, see very carefully, for direction of omega we are following right hand thumb rule. See how right hand thumb rule I am going to apply for the direction of it. So see here in the diagram very carefully. So for the direction of this using right hand thumb rule, see the diagram here in this case in a circle. Let a particle is moving when it is rotating in the previous example from P1 to P2 in delta t time. See, it is a distance how it's travel. This is P1 position vector from this origin. Let this point was C. Now it moves from P1 to P2. The position vector is CP1 and CP2 are both here in it, and in delta t time let us travel delta theta distance. Right, in this case, see the two position vectors are CP1 and CP2, two position vector. Vector CP1 and CP2. Listen very carefully. The two position vector CP1 and CP2, when it's moved, so see the plane of the paper. So P1 and P2 lies on plane of paper. where the particle both position vectors are, it is on the plane of paper. So see very carefully. Here in the case we have taken the particle was moving anti-clockwise direction. Particle is moving anti-clockwise. So see my carefully. See the anti-clockwise means it is from this side. Clock is moving in this way. So see how particle is moving. It is represented by red arrow here. So see my rules. This is, so now see my this forefinger and thumb. Forefinger is along to the motion. It is anti-clockwise. See, I am making this forefinger in circle in anti-clockwise. If it is clockwise, so we have to rotate in this way, clockwise. Now it is anti-clockwise. Thumb is this. So this position is here, anti-clockwise. It is moving. So thumb pointing upward. So omega is according to the right hand thumb rule in the direction of this thumb. It is perpendicular to the plane of paper and acting outward. So see the direction by black pen which is represented. It is the direction of omega. So one can write that omega is perpendicular. The angular velocity is perpendicular to the plane of paper acting upward. So direction is obtained by here right hand thumb rule. We may apply also another rule that is called right hand corkscrew rule. So by any one of the rule we can obtain the direction of angular velocity, and this is the formula to calculate. Rest of the things we will see here on the next page. Now we are going to see relation between angular velocity omega and linear velocity v. See in this case, to establish the relation between omega and v, let us see once the diagram. Here, see in the diagram, particle is moving from P1 to P2, right? In delta t time, travel delta theta distance. Let P1, P2 in that travel delta s arc. It is from this point to here, this point. This is arc travel, right? So we are knowing that angle is equal to arc by radius. See very carefully. This angle is equal to arc by radius, right? This implies that arc is equal to radius into angle. Now we are taking under this reference, the arc is given delta s is equal to radius, angle is delta theta. We are going to divide by delta t. Then we can get delta s. This implies that by delta t is equal to r delta theta by delta t. Now we are going to take limit both sides. Why we are taking the limit? In the mathematics we are knowing, because delta t is very small. So writing taking this limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta t is equal to r, limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t. See here in this box, linear distance by linear time, this is known as a velocity, is equal to r. Just now it is divided, taken by equation 2, it is equal to omega. V is equal to r omega is required relationship between angular velocity omega and linear velocity v, right? So this is the relation, and on the behalf of this relation we can define for a particle if r is equal to 0 means particle is on axis of rotation. See in the diagram once. This is r. If r is 0 means p1 particle is at on C. Now see, if it is r is equal to 0, this implies that v is equal to 0. Means axis of the particle is on axis, is it stationary? Particle, this implies that particle on axis is stationary. Stationary means rest, not in motion. So this is one important conclusion. If particle is moving in circular path, since particle is moving in circular path, right? Here in each particle on the rigid body is moving in a circular path. It's important. And one more thing, repeating its path. Repeating its path. Both things takes place, moving in circular path and repeating the path. In that condition, two things we have calculated. Moving in circular path, then time period we can obtain by formula. This is time period. It is denoted by time is equal to in one complete oscillation by time into angular velocity, right? 2 pi by omega. Since it is repeating the path, in that condition frequency of path can be obtained. This is reciprocal of time period. So it is frequency is denoted by mu, 1 by capital T, it is omega upon 2 pi. See these two equation, this is equation 4 and it is equation 5, gives the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Student, this is for today. Thank you and have a nice day to all.